Welcome to Walking with Chris and Vanessa. Woo! Today's diamond is something that has taken years for me to understand my wife. And man, Vanessa, you have a unique and a beautiful way of strengthening our projects, strengthening the things that we're working on. And at times, this is what this diamond was about. This is the way that the communication has come at me. It's at times hindered the message because I'm now focusing on how I'm being spoken to, or the tone, or body language, the energy. And that's pretty much what I see that I threw this particular flag for. And it's just like looking at the pressures, a lot of different pressures that I face as a leader at this time. I think I was still working as an executive director. So it was a lot of things in terms of pressure, in terms of the things that was happening at work. Also, pressures at home was tough too. I really didn't have any real place of peace and rest in between while I was going through that season. So I think that that's one of the reasons why I threw this flag. I said, I need somebody to see me, somebody to not just see me, but somebody to give me a safe place where I can just rest, I can relax, I can pull back. But then what you were saying on your end, I'm looking at the whole story portion. You were frustrated because I wasn't structured and I didn't give you, look, what you ask me all the time is the who, what, when, where, why, and how, and different things that we were working on, different projects that we hit. And it just really looks like that puts you in a position to where, okay, well, all I can see is the holes. I can't really see where I fit in or where your gift is activated if you don't have all the information that you need for your gift to be activated. So that's pretty much what this is about. It's me feeling frustrated and unsafe, and then also you needing information to be able to help me in a structured environment to be able to help me so that you can activate your gifts and we can be able to work together as a team. So that's what I see on this one for this particular diamond. And what I would like you to speak to, what are some of the things that you need? I'm pretty sure that a lot of the wives and even some husbands, depending on your personality, because it's not gender based, it's more personality of what you need when you're working on a project or when you're working on something with me, or period, what you need in terms of structure and the things that you need to be able to be activated.
Well, putting my project manager hat on, when you're working on a project, you need requirements. If the requirements are not clear, then you're going to get a swing with three ropes in it. So the bottom line is the customer has something in mind, what they want, but if they're not clear on the requirements, you're going to get what you wrote down. And that's why I appreciate project management, because it's a framework and a structure to say, this is what you need to be doing. And so I see it in business. So I try to bring that over to life and say, okay, what are the requirements? And at the minimum, tell me the who, what, when, why, and how, so I can understand the scope, the budget, the timing. Because being married to a prophetic visionary, I don't know if we're supposed to do something now or we supposed to do something later. And those written requirements help me put the structure around and activate my gift to do so. Also hearing, what you're saying about, our personality types. One of the things that you've said over the years is, you know, I can be saying some really great stuff. Like my favorite meal is steak and potatoes with some broccoli. And if you took that steak, potatoes, and broccoli, the ribeye with the fat on it, and it's all marbled up just with some onions and okay, I'm making y'all hungry. I'm sorry. But anyway, we take that lovely meal and you flip over the trash can lid and serve it to me on the trash can. Would I eat it? Well, is it on the plate or is it on the trash can? But anyway, the answer is no. And so that's the roadblock that I keep running up with you, because I may have this beautiful wisdom nugget to share with you, but I put it on a trash can lid, and now you're so focused on the trash can lid with the maggots and all this on there, like, I ain't eating that. This is trash. So that's one thing. And then another thing that I've learned over the years is you got to know your work team or your work style. And this is from the 1 Minute Millionaire talking about the 4 people that you need on your team. You need a hare who is the idea generator. You need an owl who is the strategic prioritizer, basically the PM. You have the turtle who is the one finding the holes. They're the strengthener. And you have the squirrel, get it done. And we actually balance out as a couple. He's the hare and the squirrel, and I'm the owl and the turtle. But what we found is the hare and the turtle are not supposed to be in the room at the same time because the hare is bringing up all these ideas that are not thought all the way through, and the turtle is snapping and putting holes and shooting holes in ideas. And when those gifts are not understood or they're put into environments that they shouldn't be in, then there's a constant arguing going on. They don't see each other perspective. They're just different. And so, I appreciate you because over the years, like you said, you didn't like the turtle. Now you call it the beautiful strengthener. That's just showing your maturity and growth to see the benefits of the turtle maybe more through the squirrel's eyes versus the hare's eyes. It's seeing the value. And I hope that I've been getting better, not putting things on trash can lids, but that is also a struggle. So I see the tone and everything is respect. Am I bringing things to you in a respectful way, regardless of my emotions? And that's why, I red flag journal personally is because my emotions get in the way, and that's the trash can lid. But when I dig deeper and say, what do I really want? What's my heart? Then I start bringing you my heart requests versus my mind requests.
That's so good. It's just bringing to mind this all the years of when I didn't understand like who you were on the team, who I was on the team, and when I was only expecting for us to operate in unity, but without the proper ingredients for us to do so, or us wearing the proper hats for us to be able to do so. And basically, if we're just looking at our wins, I know exactly what I was thinking when I threw this because I was saying the turtle, which is the strengthener, at times was coming at me, like Vanessa said, on the trash can lid with pride, or it was more condescending type of statements, or it could have been some things where it was just really just shooting down ideas, period, when I didn't understand that there's times to be able to speak, and then I need to ask her or let her know I really need to speak to the strategist right now. And then we're just blue skying. We're just gonna put these things down. Not saying we're gonna do all these right now, because I think that's another thing that happened is when I start speaking, I notice you are looking at me because I move, right? So you're looking at me like he's ready to move on this. So you're starting to get a little bit anxious by that because you're like, I'm not ready to move on this, and I see holes. I see that this is not ready. You were not ready to rock with this. And I'm just like, I need to understand and honor my position and my role, but also understand and honor the timing as well as the weight of my words. And I really didn't understand that at first. Now I understand a little better. I'm still growing in that area, but it's very important to know when I bring something to you, how I bring it to you. And I need to frame it up by asking, hey, I need to speak to the strategist. I just need to blue sky some stuff, or I could just write it down, and I want to share some things with you. I'm not really looking to implement it now so I can make your turtle feel more safer and understand that I don't need you to snap at me. I just want to discuss this.
While you were talking, the game Centipede came up on Netflix. They've been allowing you to play games, and they have re-engaged the game Centipede, and I've been playing that. And while you were talking, I feel like when you come with new ideas, I'm the one shooting at them, but I'm put in this game and I don't know how to play the game. I just know if I hit this bar or the button or this space bar or whatever, I can shoot. But you're not just supposed to shoot, you're supposed to stick and move up and down, round and round. But if you don't know the keys, how to move it, you're gonna die. And you're gonna die immediately. And it's not only just the centipede that you're shooting. Now you got spiders and dropping things and scorpions and stuff like that. I think that's a visual for me to be like, when you have a new idea, I'm like, hey, you just got me out here with like Harlem Nights with one bullet, and the game is like, shoot me, and I can't move. And I'm like, I don't even know how to play this game. You like bringing a whole new world over here to me with one gun. Like, I have 3 lives. This is real life. This ain't a game. So that's where the anxiousness comes in, just having that visual of that game. Just like your vision is the centipede. You're like, we're just going to try to get as many points as possible. I'm like, but what are you playing the game? So that was just something that came to mind.
That's funny. That's real though. And that's a good idea or word picture of what happens when I bring something to you and how I need to be very careful and prayerful as to the timing and also to what I bring to you when. So looks like the win here, the win for me was just be humble. And when I bring a new idea or when you're bringing your strengthener gift or you're poking holes in the different idea, just be humble and it'll be more palatable. I can receive it. And then your win here was to praise you when you do seek to strengthen the idea with words of affirmation, because you don't want your gift to be dishonored or for it to be villainized. And that's one of the things that I noticed too, that I could label it as negative when it's really not negative. It's you strengthening our vision and the vision that God has given us. It's not negative, it's your strengthening. And I didn't understand that for years. So if there's a couple of keys to take away from this, I'm looking back 25 years. Key number 1 that I would say is understand your roles on the team. Like whatever hat that you wear, if you are the solution provider, like the Hare, or you are the strengthener, like the turtle, or you are the systems person that finds systems and executes on the systems, like the squirrel, or you're the strategic person, like the owl. We want to make sure that you know what your role is and you both know what your roles are so you can play your role together in partnership. The second key I would say that I pull from this is stay connected to the proper timing of when you're presenting things, because everything doesn't need to be shared all at once. Not saying to hide anything from each other, but I am saying to be prayerful in when you present a vision, especially being a visionary. Like Vanessa said, I am a very prophetic visionary. God shows me things in the future that he's taking us to, and it's just how I flow with the Father. That's my relationship. But there's some things that I do need to ask God, when do you want me to share this? How do you want me to share this? I need to be more intentional about when I bring things. I don't want to put my wife in a position to where she thinks we got to do this right now. And that puts her in a place, especially if I didn't frame it and say, babe, this is prophetic. This is not something that I think we're going to be doing right now, but I do want to share this with you now so we can start to prepare. So even that little piece gives her some comfort instead of, he wants to do this and not, and I don't want her to feel that way. Put that on her, that weight on her, because I need to understand, and husbands, understand the weight of your words and understand when you say something, your wife is designed to partner with you and to be able to come alongside you and help to make that vision manifest. So be very intentional and prayerful as to your timing. And key number 3, I would say, is have grace with each other. It took us years to be able to understand, and we're still growing in this area, but it really took us years to understand who we are on the team, and to be able to appreciate one another. So have grace and appreciate your roles on the team. Don't despise the role, but appreciate the role. And guess what? You'll keep a teammate that is there, that is encouraged. Their voice won't be silenced, and they won't feel villainized just for being who God created them to be. All right, y'all. We encourage y'all to subscribe, like, share, and subscribe. If this is something that's been beneficial to you, to your marriage, make sure you like, share, and subscribe because it can be a blessing to somebody and they need to hear this exactly like this because it's coming from our life. It's real life. And the word says we overcome by the word of our testimony and the blood of the Lamb. So shoot this over to the couple. It may be your pastor. It may be the CEO of a Christian company that they're struggling in their marriage. And you know that if they fall, guess what? All that support that they're giving to those amazing kingdom visions in the churches and think places that they're supporting, now it's in jeopardy because their marriage is in jeopardy. Shoot it over to them so that they can get this information and move forward in their life and live out a kingdom-based marriage. All right? God bless you guys, and we'll talk to y'all soon. That's Walking with Chris and Vanessa. Peace.